It is a bright moonlit night. We pan across the horizon to see a full moon, and a werewolf howls. We see the werewolf dressed in rags, his olive green skin and brown hair and bright red eyes, seemingly calling to the darkness. Welcome to Mysteries in the Machine.
Hey yo, meddling kids! I'm Charlie,
And I'm Ethan.
and boy, do we have a wolf in sheep's clothing today.
Oh, God. It was bound to happen, but we're going for it right off the bat.
Listen! I was thinking about it all episode, because I'm like, he's literally a wolf, and he's like illegally sending sheep and wool across the border. Like, right? That's what he's doing?
Right,
So,
but I had no idea there was such a black market for wool, of all things.
I guess so. Yeah, we're talking about Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Werewolf. Ayo, only 2 episodes.
I
This
know.
is the second to last episode of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Officially?
I'm kind of sad about that, to be honest with you, because after this is where we end my experience with Scooby-Doo, at least until some of the older, well, not older, some of the Scooby-Doo movies from the early 2000s and late 90s, as well as what's new Scooby-Doo.
I have our full list. I literally tried to write down like a show order, and then like you lost me around like 2006.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Because there's Where Are You? The new Scooby-Doo movies. Then we have some crossovers with Dino-Mutt. Because I wanna get some crossovers in here as well as like things to cover.
Well, but the new Scooby-Doo movies are all crossovers, right?
Yes, but like the Dino-Mutt crossovers, I think those are technically Dino-Mutt episodes, so it's different as opposed to new Scooby-Doo movies is its own show that has guest stars in it.
That makes sense. Okay, now I understand.
So then we have the new Scooby-Doo show, Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood, which I guess is like the first movie technically.
That tracks.
And then we have multiple different Scooby and Scrappy-Doo shows. There's like the 79 show, then there's the 80 show, then there's the new Scooby and Scrappy-Doo show, which apparently is different. Then we have 13 Ghosts, one of the best shows. Our very strange 80s movies, Boo Brothers, Ghoul School, Reluctant Werewolf, then Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Scooby in Arabian Nights. That one
cannot wait to tackle the racism in that one, because I'm sure it will be abundant.
Honestly, yeah. It's not even just the racism. There's just a lot going on in that movie. It's barely even Scooby-Doo. So like don't even worry about it.
Love that.
I think it's like the original of like, you know how Scoob is just a love letter to Hanna-Barbera? That's what Scooby-Doo and Arabian Nights is.
Okay, cool.
Like,
I like that part.
I don't want to fully spoil it, but like they like try to reframe like the Arabian Nights story, and then they have a lot of different Hanna-Barbera characters redoing something.
Okay. Very cool.
Then there's a Johnny Bravo crossover?
That is wild.
Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost. The Scooby-Doo Project, which is like a very interesting thing.
Have not heard of that.
Exists. I want to say it's technically like, it's like an official thing, but I want to say, is it a spoof of like Blair Witch Project or something? Not, maybe not that, but it's like a spoof of like a horror thing that is like an official Scooby-Doo thing as well. It's weird.
This is news to me.
Yeah. I've seen parts of it on YouTube.
Okay.
Alien Invaders. There's a crossover with Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
There's Cyber Chase. Night of the Living Dew. I know that exists. I don't remember what it is, but I put it on here. There's
It is
like,
on here.
and then we start to get to like the stuff that we know because we've entered the 2000s live
Yes.
action movie. There's a crossover that I've never heard of. What's New Scooby Doo? And then a bunch of other movies.
Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, is like an adult cartoon. So
I
like a
don't know.
Family Guy, Simpsons, American Dad, that sort of thing.
I was looking things up, and apparently that has a crossover with Scooby Doo. So I don't know. I'm gonna be doing a lot more research when it comes to like when it gets a little bit later
Yeah.
to see what else there is. We're gonna try to do
Mm-hmm.
things as in good of timeline order as we can, but
Yeah.
who knows how we'll do? Yeah, well, Scooby Doo, Werewolf
Yep. It's werewolf time.
is werewolf time. We got to talk about this. We were talking about this before we started recording, and I was like, wait, we need to record. We need to talk about this guy's design right off the bat. What does our
Yeah.
old werewolf look like? Because we said he was purple. Scooby.
Yeah, it's the one with
Yes.
the fortune teller where it's got like Frankenstein, Dracula, and a werewolf all in one castle.
Yeah, they have two very distinct looks. The other one has like the green outfit, and this one has the green skin.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just like a very specific thing that Scooby Doo just starts doing where they're like, you know what? You're a ghost or like a supernatural creature, green or blue. Those are your colors. Like you're gonna be green or blue.
Though I will say this version of a werewolf does look more like the like early Hollywood Wolfman than the last one did. The last one looked more monstrous. This one looks more human, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah. They kind of have similar haircuts.
Yeah, this one's definitely more unkempt because he's like wearing a ratty coat and ripped pants and stuff. Also, is he wearing a romper? Because like his shirt is the same color as his pants. So like,
I mean, oh, have we already talked about the theory about like Fred's outfit?
yeah.
Because his collar matches his pants. So it's like, is he wearing a romper underneath his sweater?
Listen, what Fred does, how Fred dresses himself is his business. I just want to know. I just want to know.
You want to know the physics of it? I think he is wearing a
Yes.
romper. I'm not gonna lie. I think this werewolf is absolutely wearing. Maybe you could just call it like a coverall situation, but it's like at this point
Sure.
it's indistinguishable because it's so ragged that
Yeah.
it's like whatever.
Yeah, for sure. The red eyes were a choice, I'll say.
They certainly were. I think they were just like, let's make you look as fucking creepy as possible. So this is what we're doing.
There we go.
Also, wait, what is this? Like, I'm seeing an image that looks like the bastard child of both of these characters together. Are you? I did a Google search. Let me send you this
Yeah.
image.
Yeah, I want to see what you're looking at because I have no idea what you're talking about. Great podcasting, Charlie. We are looking at something the listeners have no idea what it is.
You know what? That's a link.
That is one hell of a
It
link, my dude.
has the color scheme of the original one, but it looks like the one from this episode. That is my description.
Hold on. Yeah.
Right?
Who made this?
I don't know. It's like from a Facebook group.
Again,
And it looks like it's probably some kind of official art or something. I don't know.
this looks like something they put on like the cover of like a children's book.
Yeah, it looks like a children's book or a coloring page or like some kind of, I don't know, product or something.
Yeah, this is the official Scooby Doo Facebook group.
How do we join?
Posted. Ridiculous. Yeah, this is the official Scooby Doo Facebook group. So somebody from the Scooby Doo team drew it.
Oh my god, the werewolf from this episode has his own pop figure.
Love that for him.
We should have been looking at like who had a pop figure out of like the series. Obviously, the Creeper has one because he's
Well,
an
yeah.
iconic one.
Hold on.
But, like, love that the
Let's.
werewolf has one. Who else? Cutler. Yes, we love Captain Cutler.
Captain Cutler is fantastic.
I think I see one of the tiki guy. Wait, tell me there's gotta be one of the perfect robot. There has to be. If it doesn't
I'm
exist,
looking at
I
the
will
Funko. I'm looking at the
riot.
Funko Pop website for Scooby Doo. I don't see. Yeah, the only ones I see are Scooby and Shaggy, but I don't. At least on the Funko website, somebody else could be selling them somewhere.
I was gonna say, this is from the Walmart website, is the,
Okay, okay,
the werewolf one.
okay. I see the Green Ghost. I see Daphne. I see the Hex
I want the
Girls.
green ghost, too. I need one of the Hex girls.
Well, these are like all three of them together.
Yes, that's the only way it should be.
Okay.
Of course.
We have a Snow Ghost. Love that. Tiki Guy's here, yeah.
Charlie the Robot pop figure. Oh, it's like an exclusive thing. Oh my god.
What? Where?
Where is
What?
Oh my god, that is so much money. Because it's an exclusive one.
Charlie, did you look for where are you looking for this?
I literally just looked on Google.
Oh, so you
Actually, I went to look on images. Let's see shopping. Google shopping. It's like
okay.
over $100.
Yeah, the cheapest I'm seeing is like 200, which like holy shit. How fucking Scooby Dumb has his own pop figure. I hate this.
Riot. Nope. It's time to riot. Fuck Scooby
I
Dumb.
hate it. I hate it. Why does it
hate him.
exist? Get it away from me. Kill it with fire. Whatever you need to do.
How the people feel about Scrappy Doo, or at least like, you know, the perception of how people feel about Scrappy Doo, that's how I feel about Scooby Dum.
Listen, the majority of appearances of Scrappy Doo in Scooby Doo media I've not seen.
Oh, I know. But like, you know, like the appearance that like, oh yeah, everybody hates him, he's awful. That's how I feel about Scooby Dum. He's
Well, we can blame acclaimed filmmaker James Gunn for the hatred of Scrappy Doo.
That's, you know what, that should have been the plot twist. It should have been Scooby Dum all along.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Dum da dum da dum. Okay, let's talk about this episode. I've gotten us so off the rails. Anyway,
We just came in with chaos today, I guess.
I want the pop figure. I learned that they had more Scooby-Doo pops than I wasn't thinking about Scooby-Doo pops. I'm not gonna lie.
You
Because
weren't?
the only one I have is Scooby-Doo in a haunted house, and I was like, I've made it. I peaked.
Yeah.
But they have a Charlie the Robot pop, and I
It's so expensive, though, Charlie. It's $200. That's so much money.
I need him. This is
I
just
understand.
my existence. I just have to kin characters that are named after me.
So do you need Charlie from Has Been Hotel, too?
I mean, obviously. I still need to watch that, but yes.
You haven't seen Has Been Hotel? Dude. Dude.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't let the internet come after me. Don't let the internet come after me for this.
Okay. Charlie, you like Broadway, right?
Yes.
There are so many stage actors in that show. It's not even funny.
There are just so many things I have to watch.
That's fair.
Listen, I'm only just now watching Bridgerton because my girlfriend is making me. She's making me sit down and finally do it. It's hard to watch new media when you're me.
That's valid.
Okay?
That's valid. You are the rewatch monarch, so
I'm the rewatch monarch, and then I get completely sucked into a new thing, and then it becomes my entire existence, and then all of it is it's all my existence, all of it. Too many fandoms, too many things.
Too many.
Scooby-Doo.
Listeners, we are sorry.
Today we're talking about Scooby-Doo. It's fine. Everything is fine. Where is the gang today? We are in a different location.
I know. For once, we're not at the beach or the malt shop. We are in the woods.
Not
at a campground.
Lie, this is going to be another one of those things. Not as popular, I feel, but it's still going to be like an iconic thing where they just like are in the woods.
Yeah.
because they're four teenagers and a dog getting lost and then finding a mystery. It's an easy plot, you know?
Yeah.
We do
A
it
lot
in
of
this episode. It
a lot of
happens
weird shit happens in
many
the
times.
woods.
A lot of weird shit happens in the woods. At least they don't go to a cabin.
Yeah, then they end up being sacrificed to eldritch horrors for
Oh,
the sake
that's
of
what happens in that
humanity.
movie. Okay.
Listeners, go watch Cabin in the Woods. It's worth your time.
Good to know. Good to know. I won't.
You're already watching Bridgerton. I'm not going to burden you too much. You have 3 seasons to get through.
We got through the first 2. But I'm
Okay.
required to watch the spin-off before I watch season 3. So
The one about the Queen?
yeah.
Okay.
This is
I
my
am
life.
only tangentially aware of what is going on with Bridgerton because I follow Netflix social media. So
Listen. We have a fake dating. We have Ethan, we have a believable enemies to lovers and it's straight.
wait, what? There's a believable enemy to lovers that's not gay? How?
I think it's a believable enemies to lovers. Okay?
Wow.
I mean
Charlie likes a
maybe
straight
not.
ship. I never thought I'd see the day.
You don't know who I was, but like in high school.
Charlie,
And pre that.
I
You
met
don't
you
know.
4 years ago.
I know. You don't understand who I was. Anyway, you're not helping.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're in the woods. We
We are in
have
the
to talk about
woods.
this campsite as well. We again, I guess we have 2 put up tents already. Also, the mystery
Mm-hmm.
machine's here. We never use it. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
It's just set dressing today. I'm trying to see this moment where we have the cute tent. There we go. We have the cute quote unquote girls tent. That's
Yep.
like a pinkishy purplish. It's got flowers on it.
It's very Daphne coded.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of the colors of the mystery machine. Daphne picked out this tent, obviously.
She definitely did.
Velma just asked that it be a functional tent.
Velma's just like me for real.
And then Fred's tent is like nondescript,
Just a blue tent.
light blue tent. And then I guess this is Shaggy and Scooby's tent because they both hide in it. What is the joke here? You know what the joke is?
Charlie.
He's got a pup tent because he's a pup.
A pup named Scooby Doo?
Hey! Yeah, I didn't realize that was like actually a nickname for a tent. I was just like, a pup tent? I'm very confused as a small
I was
child
also
watching
confused.
this.
Yeah, because I've never used a pup tent before. So.
But apparently that's like a nickname for like a tent that you can just like put up like they show in the show that they're having so much trouble with. Also, it's so fucking tiny. Why are the 2 of them having this one tent to themselves? Shaggy, just go sleep with your boyfriend instead of your dog.
Listen, I spent quite a few of my teenage years camping in the woods once a month. You can fit a lot of people in tent if you really want to.
Yeah, but that tent looks small for Scooby.
That's true.
That's why I question whether it can fit a 6-foot Shaggy as well.
He's probably all scrunched up too.
They're both like accordion folded, like you know, they're cartoons. It's fine. They can survive.
They can do whatever they want. Reality be damned.
Yeah. So we hear some like howling shit. And everyone's like, what was that? And then we see 2 red beady eyes in the woods.
Ooh.
It's only a wolf, probably.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I love how Shaggy's like, only a wolf?
I say you don't mess with wolves. Like, they're not golden retriever size, they are much bigger.
Yeah. So camping is not going well for them.
No.
But hey, they're gonna go look for this wolf. Why? Just why? Why are these children so stupid?
Because white people do stupid shit in horror media. That's why.
This is why at least one of them needs to be a white person. So they can do stupid shit. It has to be Fred. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
If anyone is going to be a dumb white person, it is Fred. 100%. 10 out of 10.
For sure.
Yeah, so we find some footprints. Hey, they're wolf footprints. Velma confirms they are in fact wolf footprints.
Velma, have you seen what a wolf looks like? Wolves have toe beans.
How dare this man's furry costume not have toe beans?
Listen, it's important.
I'm saying it. How dare this man's furry costume not have toe beans? Like, come on. If you're
Do your
gonna
research,
get
my dude.
if you're gonna get a fursuit, do the research. Come on.
I know. It's ridiculous.
He was probably like,
Flagrant
no,
disregard.
it's fine. I'm going anthro. I don't need toe beans. Whatever. Anyway.
I do
I'm
not
just
know
saying
many
that this
people in
man
the
is a
furry
furry.
community. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm like, no, this man is a furry. Clearly.
Well, yeah. He dressed as a werewolf. That's like as close
mean,
you can get to being a furry without being a furry.
You know what anthro means, right?
Yeah, it's more people-like.
Yeah, so like that's what a werewolf would be, right? Right?
Yeah.
I think that's how that works. I'm just
Yeah.
assuming.
I don't know. I'm not in the furry community. I don't know things.
I am making assumptions about a community that I'm not in, but I have peripheral knowledge of.
That's valid.
But they seem nice.
They're also very smart. Like a lot of furries work in like IT or like for the government. Yeah.
Wild.
How do you think they're able to afford something that expensive?
I mean, that makes sense.
There's a lot of furries in my line of work, Charlie.
I was about to ask him, just like, Ethan, how many furries do you know in your job?
I used to work with a guy who was a furry. I have not. That was when I was an intern in college.
Do we think that this werewolf man used to actually be in IT? You know, like
Possible.
after he was his theater guy but that was more on the side gig, but he
Yeah.
went to college for like tech,
Yeah.
and then fell into this weird black market business. This is his whole backstory.
I love that we're making up mythology for this man who has zero backstory whatsoever.
Like 2 lines of actual dialogue.
Yep.
You're welcome. We've done this. But Velma does figure out that, like, oh yeah, they're wolf tracks, but this wolf is walking on 2 legs. I can tell that much, at least, because the tracks are too close together.
Great deduction, Velma. Great job.
I think another problem is that the tracks are probably too big to also be wolf tracks. They look like
That's what I'm saying.
halfway between feet and halfway between wolf, you know? Man wolf. There you go.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So we follow our suspicious footprints that we're getting in someone's business because, like, somebody scared us in the middle of the night. Why not? Hey, look, it's a graveyard. It's a very old graveyard.
Dun dun dun.
But one of the graves is dug up and empty.
Dun dun dun.
I love this. Here lies Silas Long, half man, half wolf. I feel like this man would be like in not like the witch hunt, but like one of the more peripheral witch hunt type deals.
Yeah, I mean there is a skin condition that causes you to have like a bunch of really thick hair all over your body. I don't know what the technical term is, but colloquially it can be referred to as werewolf syndrome.
I did not know about this.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
It's like that. I feel like that would make sense, and like if you're going to accuse someone of being a werewolf, it would probably be someone who's just extra hairy.
It is called hypertrichosis.
Okay.
So
you're just like, oh, that person is too hairy. Obviously, must be a werewolf.
Because clearly there's nothing else that it could be.
I think that's just a bear, sir. I think that's all it is. That man likes men. Leave him alone.
Jesus Christ.
This is the vibes we're bringing today. I don't know why it's become
There's
just
so much
very
chaos
chaos.
happening right now.
All right. So, we're not just following a werewolf. We're following the ghost of a werewolf. What the fuck is happening today here? Like, they have stumbled onto a mystery. They have no fucking clue what is happening. They also really did not need to get involved. But
No,
like,
they didn't.
I mean, it's I feel like one of the slightly more higher stakes almost. It's one of the more illegal ones I think we've come across, at least.
Yeah, it's not people scaring other people off land for money, at least.
Yeah. It's one of the more illegal situations we've come across that they just stumble into. Okay, so
Yep.
we're in an
It's
old
just
mill.
sheep smuggling.
Sheep smuggling. My favorite crime.
The perfect crime, really. Or apparently not.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo loves a creepy old mill, and we're gonna go into one, and there's gonna be so many shenanigans today. Can't wait.
There always are.
As there should be. So it's just an old, creepy, dirty place. I gotta love when Shaggy like dusts off the window and you see the werewolf's eyes just looking at them like, oh, this is fine.
It's fine.
So we split up. We're looking for clues. Shaggy and Scooby are like, oh, it's the werewolf. He's right over there.
But it's just a fucking mouse where his head has been dilated to look bigger because it was behind a water cooler, which somehow exists in this mill that's been abandoned forever. Or so we think.
I feel like the water cooler thing. That's this is your first actual clue, my people.
Yeah. And then they just ignore it.
Like someone is using this mill. And then we get I love when this happens in a Scooby-Doo media where we have the monster following unsuspecting people.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happens. Scooby and Shaggy do not actually see the monster for a little while because he's just following them and they have no fucking idea. They're looking around, they're trying to see what's going on here. They mess with a mask on the wall and send him into a trapdoor. Like, amazing.
Cool.
Also, why?
Why was
Where are
there
their
a mask just
trapdoors?
hanging on the wall?
So we catch up with the smart gang, and they're still following the footprints. And hey, look, the footprints go through a wall. I mean, he is a ghost,
Supposedly.
but also ghost-only footprints, guys.
Right. None of these people have very high wisdom at all.
It's fine. It's good. It's good. I feel like they would though because they can track, right?
Yeah.
A wisdom stat.
Survival? I'm not sure.
Again, this is gonna be like we're gonna have such a Scooby-Doo D&D episode someday.
Okay, you were right. It is a wisdom skill.
I thought so. Very interesting.
Yep.
So we find like secret room. There's like a latch on the wall, and hey, look, there's like a weird map in this secret room. Why would a ghost need a map? I don't know. But he's there, and he's like, ah. So they met the werewolf first. Wild.
And they push a bunch of crates on top of him.
Yeah, it doesn't really work because he's just like, ah. And then they run around the corner, and Shaggy and Scooby are running in the opposite direction towards them.
They literally run into each other.
Again, I feel like that could be another one for the unless we already have that on there. I feel like that could be another one for the bingo card of like just running into the other half of the gang, literally.
Yeah.
No, we have one where we attack the other half of the gang or something, right?
Yeah.
Where are you putting these notes?
I was trying to put them on like a bingo card maker, but because I had to restart my computer, they're all gone.
Ethan, why didn't
I'm
you
sorry, Charlie.
our notes?
I'm sorry. I'll do that now. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like, no!
It was dumb.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Thank you. So I know we don't talk often about animation glitches on this show, if at all, because in these early episodes there's a lot of them. But Shaggy looks like he's supposed to be running forward and ends up running backwards whenever the werewolf tries to get them again.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
And then
No,
we
I think
have
it's
a
that
hallmark. Sorry.
I I think I know what they were going through. Maybe Shaggy was trying to follow the rest of the gang, and then Scooby was like, "No, we're going this way." I think that's maybe the intention of like how it went.
Yeah.
I don't know, or it could just be an animation error, like you said.
Yep. And now we have our 70s love song over chase scene shenanigans.
Amazing. Na, na, na,
I
na,
still think I'm
na,
in love
na.
with an ostrich is the best one that we've gotten from this series, but that was a
Oh,
few episodes ago.
it was absolutely the best.
It's just so weird. I love it.
I love these sequences. Like, it's all that matters to me right now is these weird sequences with the shenanigans and the songs. This is Scooby Doo to me.
Yes. So after the werewolf is chasing them, Shaggy and Scooby jump out the window and onto a water wheel? Sure.
That happens often. I mean, they're at an old mill. That's what's gonna happen.
Right, right. And Scooby, he uses a pair of trash can lids like
Yes,
wings.
yes, the trash can lids. It's amazing. It defies all physics and logic whatsoever.
It absolutely does.
Amazing. Wonderful.
They almost take out the werewolf too.
Like, which is more iconic, the trash can lids or the contraption that should not have been able to fly, the washing machine.
I
I mean, the washing
I
machine probably.
I still think the
But
washing machine, to be honest with you.
yeah, I mean, the washing machine was a trap, so like that gives it higher points. But
Right.
like trash can lids is very up there.
Yeah. So then Scooby and Shaggy crash into the wall and fall into a big pile of wool. Because that's here.
Yeah, sheep's clothing
Yep.
that the wolf is hiding. You know,
Hmm.
this is normal. This is fine.
This is fine.
So I guess like the rest of the gang kind of knew what was going on while they were running away because they even comment on the water wheel. They're
Yeah.
like, "Wonder what happened to them after that." And then they walk like towards the Shaggy and Scooby while they're covered in this wool.
Hmm.
Like, oh no, it's another. They look like ghosts, but they're not actually ghosts. Another thing that always happens. You gotta love it. Usually it's like flour or something,
Right. They're in an old mill. There could have been flour there, but there
but
wasn't.
no. Instead, it's wool, and it's great.
So we find our second clue, which is these barrels with snorkels at the top.
Just like yeah, I mean, at first they're just like, "What are these weird tubes?" But yeah, it's kind of just a snorkel. Honestly, it's a breathing tube,
Hmm.
and yeah, so they scared the gang, and then the gang hid in those barrels and scared them. It's just what you do. And so now we're questioning why is there wool in this old mill? And the weird barrels and the map. What's
Hmm.
going on here? No one is questioning the water cooler bubbler thing. No one is questioning this.
Nope. Nobody
Tell
is going to
me.
worry about that.
Tell me the mystery behind this water.
So sends Shaggy and Scooby off to see where these tracks go, where there's like carts going down to the dock that apparently disappear.
Mhm. It is a weird track and rail car system.
Yeah, I don't know how
Was
they
this
got that to
necessary?
work. Ease of transportation, I guess.
Yes. Oh, it's very strange.
It is.
Yeah, so we're following tracks, and it's just it's just very strange. There's like so many tracks in the bottom of this mill, and like there's like the weird secret doors that open to let out
Yeah.
some more. My brain is not remembering what they're called. Like it's not even a cart really. Like it's just,
I mean, that's the best word I can think of to describe them as carts.
but it's not
It's just
even.
a board with wheels on it. That's really all it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's not really a cart because I feel like a cart is, it would have to have like the stuff on the side, like to keep whatever is in the cart inside of it. It needs to be
Yeah.
like a basket. I don't
Yeah.
know. Very strange.
Yep.
Shaggy and Scooby follow the tracks to the barge, which opens again. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
This is a contraption for sure. They're confused by it.
Certified
We're
TM
we're confused by
contraption.
it. Everyone has no idea what's happening here. And then, oh look, it's the werewolf. He's seen them see part of his plan, but they have no idea what's going on. So like, don't be mad, guy. They're just as confused as anyone
And
else.
now we have even more shenanigans as Scooby and Shaggy roll on a barrel into a
That he
big old
threw at
hook
them.
that he threw at them into a big old hook, and then they crash to the side of the boat, and it is a whole thing.
Just a whole dang thing. And then here we go. Here we get our disguise of the episode. They
The
bring him into
barbers.
they bring him into a room in the boat and they pretend to cut his hair, but like this is actually like a thing that happens. It's not even just a side gag. They actually do cut the hair off of his mask.
And
What
file the fake nails and I guess shine his feet because he's not wearing any shoes.
why didn't you just unmask him?
He was right there.
He was right there. He was helpless. He was so confused.
Though I do appreciate the continuity of them keeping him like nearly bald.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love that continuity because it's like it's not just a, hey, we did this thing and it was funny. It's like, hey, we did this thing and it still actually happened.
So now we catch up with the other half of the gang who've been locked in this room with all the carts.
And then all of a sudden,
And
there's a plank like coming up from the ground. It's Shaggy and Scooby. They escaped through like some tunnels that were also there. It's fine.
yep, it's fine.
So now we have to figure out what's going on with the barrels
Yeah.
and then this barge. We have to go back all the way there because Velma and Fred are just like, what the fuck are you talking about? The barge came up and swallowed this cart thing. What's happening? I'm confused. You're speaking in riddles. Like, it happened. Sorry to say it definitely happened. They show them and they're like, okay, we run under it. We get inside. And now we see
And
the
then
werewolf doing
we
some stuff.
we see the werewolf pulling a barrel out of the water that has a sheep in it.
Yeah, you can
Okay?
sheep. It's alive.
It is alive.
We know why that has an air hole now.
Gotta keep the sheep alive.
Exactly. And now it's trap time.
It is trap time. I was really hoping that we would get a Shaggy impression of a sheep, but we did not.
That would have been good. Would have been very good. But instead, we get Shaggy and Scooby going into a barrel, but not pretending to be sheep. They're just going to shock the werewolf when they get out of it. And the rest of the gang is going to, like, get him on a hook.
Yeah.
And that's their whole plan.
One of the simpler Fred traps we've seen.
Yeah.
That doesn't even work.
Yeah, it doesn't work because he's just like, clear the way. And it's like, you didn't really tell them where the hook was going to be.
So he just scoops up Daphne by the belt.
Yep. Poor Daphne.
She really does get the shortest end of the stick in this whole season, this whole series.
This is why I love when we reinvent Daphne to be like
Yeah.
the best character all the time.
Yeah, but that's not right now.
No. Right now she's just the butt of the joke.
Yep.
Justice for Daphne.
Justice for Daphne.
So while they're unhooking her, Shaggy and Scooby, they have shocked the werewolf. Plan didn't work, so they are just like rowing away on this like open barrel as if it's a boat.
It seems to be working pretty well. Because then the werewolf chases after them in a canoe.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't know how you're able to go that fast in a fucking canoe. I followed a canoe with 2 people and it hasn't gone that fast.
Cartoon physics.
Apparently. But then
Also,
the cartoon physics gets even weirder when Shaggy and Scooby jump out of the water, splash the werewolf in the face with a bunch of water, and they're about to go over a big waterfall.
they're literally like, let's play water hopscotch.
It's a great plan.
Yeah, but I mean, what's wrong with going down a waterfall in a barrel, right?
They used to in Canada all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adele, our favorite Canadian.
Now we need to get a T-shirt for Adele that just says "Our favorite Canadian."
We really do.
But okay, the gang just happens to find, or maybe they just had this in the mystery machine. I think that's what happened. They're running after
Probably.
them, and then they have a giant net that they catch Shaggy and Scooby in. Like,
Sure.
sure.
I'll believe anything at this point.
The werewolf does not go all the way down the waterfall. Like, his canoe kind of gets caught, and he's like, "Help me! Save me!" This is the only time he speaks.
Yep.
So
Like,
it is in fact a man.
it is a man. Like, we don't even get a name for this guy.
No, we don't. We don't. No, we don't. I don't think we do.
Pretty
Damn.
they really did him dirty with that. That was rude.
Culprit sheep rustler is what the wiki says.
Yeah.
Oh man, amazing. Yeah, he just wore his furry costume to his job so to scare people away. That was the whole reason. But he
Yep.
was smuggling the sheeps for monies.
Yep.
And we end the episode with Scooby putting on the werewolf mask and scaring Shaggy, as you do.
Because Shaggy doesn't know what his dog's body looks like.
No, not at all. Not whatsoever.
Before we jump into the trivia, our little sheep smuggler gets 26 years in jail, theft of livestock, 1 year and $1,000 fine, menacing, 4 counts, 3 years apiece, assault with deadly weapon, which is 4 years, and 3 counts of false imprisonment at 3 years apiece.
Assault? When do you...
Assault with a deadly weapon.
What's the... Oh, what?
The barrel, I guess?
Yes, the barrel. Yeah. I'm like, what did he threaten them with necessarily?
I don't know. Oh, $1,000 fine per cheap stolen, which we don't see.
This is
Yeah,
true.
the video doesn't elaborate on what the deadly weapon was.
His claws? I don't know.
Mm.
Unclear. But yeah, he do be doing some crimes.
He's
Yo,
Scooby Dooby doing
Ethan.
some crimes.
He's Scooby Doo be doing them.
A
Oh my goodness. I was trying to think of possible ideas for a bonus show, and I was like, what can we possibly do? But you know what? We do be do it. We do be doing it. I don't know. Something like that would be cute.
Yep. But Charlie, what time is it?
It's Terra time again. Alright. So I already mentioned it, but like this is like the only time, or at least the first time in the series that we see the mystery machine, but we don't drive it.
And it's also the first time that Shaggy and Scooby don't find the ghost for the first time.
Yeah, instead it's the rest of the gang that finds them. You know what, Ethan? I think our other gimmick is that like instead of reading the miscellaneous, we're gonna have to just do that ourselves. We're gonna have
Okay.
to make up our own miscellaneous things.
Okay.
Because like once again, I'm just like these could be better.
It definitely
Like,
could be. Could be beefier.
I mean, yes, we have our disguises, our Shaggy and Scooby as barbers. We do not get any Scooby snacks. So sad.
But there were sausages.
This is true. Sausages are good. The title of the episode. I mean, I didn't realize that it was from there was a Disney. It was the Disney thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that this was a song. I didn't know where it was from. Probably because I've only heard like covers of it, and I'm just like, I know this is a thing. I don't know
Yeah.
where it comes from actually.
Me neither.
but it's from the 1933 Disney short film, The Three Little Pigs.
Nice.
And
So early on, Laurel and Hardy were referenced. They were a comedy act of the early to mid 20th century. Even though they had died before the airing of Where Are You, they were celebrity guests in the new Scooby-Doo movies, the episode The Ghost of Bigfoot, which we will get to later this year.
I did not realize that they passed away before Where Are You?
Neither did I.
Huh. That's right. That's very interesting because of the fact that they were in new Scooby-Doo movies. Which episode are they in here?
They are in episode 10.
Yeah, that's like a while, bruh. 1972. Yep. When was this? Like, when did you produce that?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna I'm skipping ahead just because I'm very confused and very curious now. Okay. So they were voiced by other people that voiced them on an animated series about Laurel and Hardy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That makes a lot more sense. I always just assumed it was them.
Yeah.
I took that at face value because I was like, oh yeah, I know that they're real people. I did not know that there was an animated series about them.
Neither did I.
Huh. Okay. We get another like line reference to a thing from what is this from? I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, Shaggy paraphrases Dr. Livingston, I presume, which is like an alleged line that Henry Morton Stanley says.
Mm-hmm.
When talking to David Livingston. Okay.
These guys' Wikipedia pages are dense, so I don't know.
I'm like, I don't know how to parse this because I'm very confused.
Me too.
Apparently,
I have
this
no
is
idea
a
what's going
thing.
on.
I don't know what it is a reference to, actually, but okay, amazing.
So, Dr. Livingston, I presume, is the title of one of David Livingston's books.
Okay, sure. All right.
So, like you were talking about earlier, Charlie, you love it where a monster is like looking for people and they have no idea. It's apparently likely an homage to the film Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
I think my mom had me watch this movie specifically because my mother loves like monster movies. She doesn't like horror movies, and like I like things that are spooky too. So
yeah, spooky but not scary.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I love Scooby-Doo. I love like Haunted Mansion. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like fun and approachable and not about terrifying you and scaring you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I think I remember liking that. I can't actually remember a whole lot about it, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, silly, goofy shit. Also, I'm gonna have to rewatch Dark Shadows because I do not remember this reference in the 2012 remake of Dark Shadows featuring Johnny Depp as Barnabas Collins. He watches like a clip of this episode and calls it a very silly play.
I've never heard of, well, I think I've heard of Dark Shadows, but I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Okay, so Dark Shadows was like an old TV series about like creepy family style stuff.
So like the Addams Family?
Yeah, I'd say somewhere akin to Addams Family and Munsters is kind of like, you know, like the vibes where it's like, but I think more confirmed to be monsters rather than the other ones. I don't know how necessarily silly it is comparatively.
I have no idea.
Gothic soap opera is the specific genre.
Wait. Oh, Charlie, no wonder you like this movie. Michelle Pfeiffer is in it.
Yes. Do you not understand?
I like Michelle Pfeiffer, but it's like a borderline obsession with you.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer, leave me alone.
Listen, Charlie, I understand. I have similar feelings about Natalie Portman, but we don't have to get into that.
It's okay. I mean, she looks like an angel.
In this movie specifically, or just in general?
Natalie Portman. I'm making a Star Wars joke.
That was the joke going over my head,
you're,
listeners.
you're welcome. I was trying to make a Star Wars joke for you. Okay,
That's
yeah,
that's valid.
yeah. Dark Shadows. I mean, soap operas are kind of like you take them seriously, but you also don't take them seriously. But yeah, this was like very much like I mean, it says horror, but I assume it's not actually like creepy, creepy. It's just like drama, and also there is actual paranormal stuff going on. Like
Yeah.
Barnabas is actually a legit vampire. There are ghosts, there are werewolves, zombies, witches, blah 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 blah. Apparently, there's time travel in a parallel universe. I didn't know about that. Again, I've only
Okay.
seen the movie remake because it had Johnny Depp, so it was required watching in my household. Also, it's vampire, so that also means it's required watching in my household.
I didn't know your mom liked Johnny Depp that much.
He's her screensaver.
Love that for her. Listen, it's just a matter of like which Johnny Depp, because to me, Johnny Depp is and always will be Captain Jack Sparrow.
Her screensaver is just him, like as like
That's a
he
choice.
looks like a dude, but like also very attractive picture of him. So like
Hmm.
as long as it's not the Wonka, like Willy Wonka one, I'm fine.
That that
That's
was
the only
weird. I
time. Well, I mean,
like
besides the mother
Johnny
one.
Depp is a weird man, but like that
No, that one
whole
freaked me out.
yeah.
That's the one time I will not claim my name.
Well, and the fact that they got Sir Christopher Lee to be in that movie as his dad, who's a dentist of all things,
That movie is
absolutely
horror,
buck wild to
actually.
me.
You know,
Huh?
that is horror, that movie.
Oh, because you hate the dentist?
I hate the dentist so much. It's the
No,
worst
that's
thing.
valid. That's valid. I understand.
Anyway, yeah, the Dark Shadows is just a fun, silly time. The remake movie is a fun, silly time. Again, I don't know how much of a fun, silly time the actual TV show is,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it. Also, it takes place in Maine, and my mom grew up in Maine, so I assume it was just like a whole thing for her, where she's just like, "Look, there's like vampires like right in my backyard. It's
So I'm
great."
guessing your mom really likes Stephen King too.
Not as much. Again,
Really?
this is horror, and we're like spooky monster movie people, not horror people.
Okay, okay. Stephen King is capital H horror, so I can understand why she wouldn't like
Exactly.
that.
I mean, she's gotta love Carrie.
Yes, because that's her. Well,
That's her name.
yeah. I don't want to dox your mom, so
You can dox the spelling of her name.
okay. Is that
Whenever
the only
she's like,
Stephen King? Is that the only work of Stephen King that she likes?
I know she's at least seen and or read Christine because she references it sometimes, and maybe Pet
Hmm.
Cemetery, but like
Okay.
more vampire romance novel, creepy
Ah.
old monster movie type people.
So is she like a Twilight? Is she a Twilight girly?
How do you think I found out about Twilight? It was my mother.
You could have found it on your own. I don't know.
I did not watch it in. I did not watch the first one in theaters. I watched it when she brought it home, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's the skin of a killer, Charlie. Also, the best part of that entire series is named after you. So,
This is
like,
true. This is true. Charlie Swan got his name from me.
yep,
I'm the
yep.
original.
Stephanie Meyer and your mom are best friends, and that's where it came from.
Oh, Stephanie Meyer wishes.
Honestly,
Okay, what is this episode? What is happening in this
it's
space
chaos,
today?
Charlie. That's what it
This
is.
is this is a chaos time. Like we were possibly going to have a guest for this episode, so I feel like my brain got into the headspace of the chaos that is hanging out with that person.
Yeah,
So
that person is quite chaotic.
instead, let's talk about some Scooby Doo today. Whose side are we on for this episode?
Generally, I'm against smuggling and animal cruelty, so
But he had a little air hole and everything. No, bruh.
that ain't it.
Why?
That ain't it. It's fine.
I will appreciate him only for the fact that he was smuggling sheep and he was dressed as a werewolf, so we could kind of get some wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes.
Alternative name for the episode: the wolf and sheep's clothing.
I like that more than what we got, to be honest with you.
So yeah, we're on the side of the gang. Is this a good mystery?
No.
In the who done it, I feel like we're just gonna have to start expanding the mystery necessarily, because like on the who done
Okay.
it side, no. On
That's
the
the angle I was going for.
what is happening here, I do find some of it compelling, because we're all
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what is happening here? It is very
Yeah. Well, because,
it
like,
is very mysterious.
yeah, I don't know. The thing about mysteries to me is, like, the more suspects you have, the more their motives are all, like, concrete enough for them to commit these crimes, the better a mystery is.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna have to start. I feel like it might be better to start grading them as like, okay, on the whodunit side, no, on or yes, on the like, the actual like mysteriousness of
Yeah,
like hiding the intentions of what's actually happening here.
sure.
But like, I mean, most of the time I feel like it's fairly similar,
Mm-hmm.
and like, okay, it's kind of meh.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Again, this one is just like a very interesting and weird way of like how he's trying to do it, that I'm like, I
Yeah.
could not figure out what he was trying to do as a small
Mm-hmm.
child.
Right. I couldn't figure it out either at that time.
I mean, because he's trying so hard to hide the crime that he's committing here.
Right, right.
Maybe it's because it's a crime that kind of goes over children's heads more than just like,
Yeah.
oh, I stole a thing. Oh, I'm trying to steal this land kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a different kind of crime, and I feel like that makes it compelling.
Yeah. I'd say so.
So maybe we'll have to start grading them instead.
That's
Like
probably a better idea than simple binary of good or bad.
maybe we'll go like out of like 5 Scooby snacks or something.
Okay.
Like,
We can do that. Should I put that on the sheet?
yeah. We're figuring out the formula for the show moving forward as we go along.
Okay. It's on there now.
Thank you, Ethan.
You're welcome.
Well, we did this episode, and now we have one more episode left.
I know.
And one that I don't remember very well.
Me neither.
At that.
Next week, the finale of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? And after that, we will have our wrap-up episode.
It's gonna be fun. Can't wait. Good shit.
Same. Good shit.
Well, for now, gang, we're gonna go split up and look for clues for our next mystery. Bye.
Bye.
You can follow this podcast socials at Mysteries in the Machine Pod on Instagram. You can send a message to our email, mysteriesinthemachinepod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Ethan, on Instagram and Threads at ethan.t.hewlin. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram.
Sorry, I just got distracted by MC being like, finish editing early. What do I do with my Monday? She'd been like, hey, you want to come on a podcast?
Wait, hold on. MC, which one of them sounds like a pod? Sounds like a McElroy brother. I'm curious.
Already getting distracted today.
Listen, I have been a fan of the McElroy since 2019, so I am here for this.